Redditors, what is the most freaked up thing you have ever done? When I was 15, I got caught skipping school to vape behind the 7-Eleven with my friends. I thought my parents would ground me or take my Xbox away like normal parents do. Instead, they packed my bags that same night and drove me 6 states away to some military boarding school I'd never heard of. No yelling, no lecture, just stone-cold silence and my dad saying, "You want to act like you don't need rules? Let's see how you handle real discipline." The place was absolutely brutal. We woke up at 5 a.m. every day to some guys screaming in our faces. They made us do push-ups in the mud if we talked during meals. Our phones got taken away immediately, and we only got one supervised call home per week, where they literally listened to every word. I knew within the first week that I wouldn't survive 2 years there. These kids were either actually troubled or completely broken by the system. I had to get out somehow. That's when I came up with the most messed up plan of my life. I started acting like I had autism or some developmental disorder. I began tapping my fingers obsessively during drills, rocking back and forth during lectures, and mumbling random phrases under my breath. I'd count my steps out loud walking to class. I made these weird charts in notebooks with meaningless symbols and patterns. During therapy sessions, I'd give confusing answers and act like I couldn't understand basic social cues. The key was being consistent. I did this stuff even when I thought nobody was watching, because I knew they had cameras everywhere. I'd sit alone in my room just tapping and rocking, selling the performance 24/7. After about 3 months, they started pulling me out for special evaluations. Psychologists would ask me questions and I'd give these rambling, disconnected answers while doing my tapping routine. I researched autism symptoms online during our limited computer time and made sure to hit all the right notes. The staff started treating me differently. Instead of punishment, they'd redirect me gently when I stimmed during inappropriate times. They moved me to a special program with fewer kids and more supervision. Finally, after 5 months of this act, the school called my parents. They said I was showing signs of an undiagnosed developmental disorder and that their environment wasn't equipped to help someone with my needs. They recommended I get properly evaluated and possibly transferred to a specialized facility. My parents were devastated. They thought the stress of military school had somehow triggered some hidden neurological condition in their son. They drove up immediately and took me home, convinced they'd broken their kid by sending me away. The only person who figured it out was my older sister Emma. The night I got back, she walked into my room and found me eating hot Cheetos and watching anime like a completely normal teenager. She just stared at me for a minute, then whispered, "Oh shoot, you faked autism to get out of military school?" I begged her not to tell anyone. I was terrified my parents would send me back or somewhere even worse if they knew I'd manipulated everyone. Emma looked at me for a long time, then said, "That's either really smart or really messed up. Probably both." She never told them. To this day, my parents think I have some mild form of autism that got triggered by extreme stress. They treat me way more carefully now and never sent me away again. Another full story on channel, link below.